coast to coast, it's your hosts, the Lombardi Leap and Mersey FB. This is Beyond the Frozen Tundra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Lombardi Leap, here with Mercy FB. Let's talk Packers football. Specifically, we're going down to Arizona this week. I should say this weekend. That's probably a better way to say it. Taking on the Arizona Cardinals, who are kind of injured in certain areas, specifically like the QB room and the RB room.
Yeah, their RB room's bad. They lost Connor for the year. Don't know how long Benson's on IR for. Kyler's got like some weird version of a Liz Frank injury in his foot, so you don't know how much he's gonna play. And even Marvin Harrison Jr. is in concussion protocol, so who knows if he's good to go this week.
Yeah, and I believe their other running back, the guy who dropped the touchdown, he left with he had an ankle sprain as well.
Amari DeMarcado.
Yeah. Yeah, Amari DeMarcado.
They were down to Michael Carter and Bam Knight.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that Kyler Murray should play. I think the Packers go into this anticipating that, just with the fact that he was limited participation in practice on that was on Friday, but they just didn't play him in their loss to the Colts.
Well, did he play? Did he not play?
Against the Colts?
Oh no, it was Brissett. Yeah, okay, my bad.
It was Brissett. Yeah. He left he was looked at during the Tennessee game, and then Kobe Brissett ended up playing against the Colts there. So I'd imagine Kyler Murray should be back. Barring anything crazy, I can't see why Marvin Harrison Jr. wouldn't play.
Yeah, unless he has a setback this week.
Yeah. Unless he has like a weird concussion thing. But other than that, like I'd imagine that the offense is going to be relatively, I'd say, full strength there, except with the exception of the RB room.
I'd agree with you.
And I mean, for us, I don't think Devontae Wyatt's going to play.
Probably not.
I think that Wicks's injury, he'll probably end up being like questionable, but I'd imagine he should be good to go. I'm trying to think of anybody else. LVN is probably going to miss the game. Like that, I do think it's going to happen. As far as I'm aware, he avoided any major injury. Like it's not broken or anything like that. But they did say he's going to miss some time. It's just a matter of how much time. I think he should be back by probably miss a game. At least I'd say it sounds like he might miss 2 games. Best case scenario would be just this week, but I'd anticipate him being out for 2 games here moving forward. But you still have Rashawn Gary. You still have, obviously, Micah Parsons there. So I'm not too worried about the defensive end side of the room. It's just I'd really like for them to call holding on Micah Parsons. At least once,
yeah.
You know?
And the Cardinals are hurt coming into it, too, on the defensive side. Walter Nolan is listed as out on ESPN, so he's dealing with an injury. BJ Ojolari as well, and Sean Murphy Bunting are also listed as out. They're missing time. They still have dudes like Will Johnson, probably the best young corner in the league right now, like rookie corner. Max Melton, Keechel Clark, Denzel Burke, Elijah Jones, like those are still. I like their secondary group more than ours.
I like a lot of secondary groups more than ours.
To
be honest. I mean, as we kind of go into this, it is definitely going to be the Packers offense versus the Cardinals defense. There's obviously a lot going on there in terms of how are the Packers going to approach this Cardinals defense, because I know they're ranked. I think it's like in the 20s. Their defensive rank is ranked 27th overall. But when I look at their players, I don't know. Like I just get a little confused as to why they are ranked 27th overall. You know?
Yeah.
Because Josh Sweat, I mean, came from the Philadelphia Eagles. Like he's been pretty solid there. He has 10 solo tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles this year.
He's been pretty solid too. I like Jordan Birch a lot coming out of college. A little more of a heavy-handed edge rusher. I just didn't think like he was the best like scheme fit for us, but I was a fan of his game. And then they have Zaven Collins and Baron Browning too as like pass rushing linebackers.
And then they have like the guy who seems to not give a rip what Father Time says, Calais Campbell at
I
defensive
love that he's
tackle.
still playing.
Yeah, I mean, and he's playing really, really good football at 39 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this season, 10 solo tackles, 3 sacks, like for a 39-year-old. Like that's
That's pretty
playing
impressive.
some yeah, he's playing some elite football for his age. Why like is it just a schematic thing with them? Like what do you think's kind of going on with their defense?
I think their linebacker group can get exposed in coverage. Like linebacker and safeties. Like Buda Baker can only do so much. Jalen Thompson's good in coverage ish, but like Baker is more downhill now, probably. But he's still Buda Baker, so you still have to respect him. But like I think that Mac Wilson and Akeem Davis Gauthier can get really caught in coverage sometimes.
It looks like Max Melton's not having the greatest year in coverage either.
You know?
For no, he has a 55.8 grade according to PFF, which is 66. But I know that he's been, which he kind of dealt with a couple injuries here, and I thought one was a little more serious, like a week or two ago.
Hmm.
I mean, we contrast that with our offense here, and I think that's kind of important to look at this offensive line and where we're at. Like they played better. Do you think that this defensive line for the Cardinals is better than the defensive line for the Bengals?
Hmm. I'm gonna say top to bottom in terms of pass rushing ability. Yes, I think that when you kind of saw it in the Bengals game too, it's Trey Hendrickson for them, and then it's nobody. They top to bottom, like Calais Campbell can still get it done. Josh Sweat is like a 7 sack season guaranteed, pretty much. Jordan Birch, good pass rusher. The question mark will be how much impact does Dalvin Tomlinson have, and if we can like offset these guys in the run game.
And like I'd be interested to see how well Darius Robinson is going to actually play. Like,
I don't know if he goes. I forgot about him, former first round pick.
yeah, he is questionable there.
With what?
He was labeled as questionable today so far. His injury is related to he had a pec injury
Mm,
sustained in week 4.
mm. Yeah, so I don't know if he'll go, or if he does, they might snap count him because pec injury is a pretty important, or it's a pretty bad injury to play through as a defensive lineman.
And Dalvin Tomlinson's obviously he's 31. He's kind of up there, more of a run stuffer if anything.
He used to play for Minnesota, right? I'm not crazy with that.
Yes. No, you are
Yes,
not
2
crazy
years
that,
with
yeah.
Minnesota.
So you are primarily looking at Josh Sweat and Calais Campbell
They can get it done.
as the left.
And then
Yeah, they can. Like it's definitely there.
Jordan Birch flashed in the preseason, so
Yeah. But what concerns me about that, about this in general, is with Zach Tom and his injury and him saying, "Oh, I blacked out the second half
yeah, he was
of
in so
the."
much pain he blacked out the second half.
Like, that's kind of concerning here.
Yeah.
But hey, we had a Perk Rogers season. Maybe we'll get a Tom or what would they take? Xanax?
No, it would be Percocet. It's something
Would be
morphine, Tom. Yeah, I hope another week like they don't test him much in practice, so he can kind of get the rest. But like I think that if Darius Robertson's can't go, then you'll probably have Jordan Birch move over to the right side, and you'll probably see Zaven Collins, Baron Browning rotate either side, maybe.
Yeah, that definitely would make sense.
I think if Tom can't go, Kennard does stack up well against what Jordan Birch likes to do. The speed of Browning is a little concerning to me, but I think Rashid has a good chance against Sweat and Zaven Collins.
Yeah, I think the athleticism is kind of on par there
Mm-hmm.
for those two guys versus like the speed rushes, which he tends to struggle a lot more with.
Yeah.
And with that like offensive line, their defensive line, I mean, how are you feeling about the run game again moving here?
I think we could get stuff going in the run game. The key will just be getting to the second level. Because if we can get to the second level, Josh should be able to cut and evade Davis Gauthier and Wilson, or Davis Gaither. I don't know how you say that last name.
Eighth year, I think it is.
Davis Gaither.
Eighth year.
Okay. Yeah, but Those guys are both at the tail ends of their careers, so
And then obviously like the safety duo. I mean, Buda Baker's pretty much a downhill kind of guy. Thompson's okay at free safety, but I mean his coverage grade is below average. So I'm wondering if you're gonna be able to. I get you. You might be able to challenge him deep here a little bit more than usual. It's just gonna depend on how well our offensive line is gonna hold up.
yeah, because it usually is like if they play single high and it's Thompson going deep, Buddha moving towards the line of scrimmage, which is interesting because on ESPN it's the other way around. But do you have the ability to pull up their defensive tendencies in front of you? So if they play single high, you're going to get opportunities with either Matthew Golden or Christian Watson coming across the field, and that's
Hold
in
up. What did you just say?
Christian Watson.
So are you
Oh, I am thinking.
it's Christian Watson's back
I'm thinking he's back.
officially?
Oh, he's back.
John Wick. People keep saying I'm back. Yeah, I think I'm back.
Yeah,
Alright, so according to what I've looked up here, they use a Fangio adjacent system where they
that's like
run
quarter
a
half, right?
yeah. Heavy use of three safety formation, coverage disguises with a base 3-4 alignment, often running quarter coverage schemes.
Okay. The 3-4 alignment makes more sense personnel wise. That's why they drafted Walter. Okay. All right. So on defense, here's what the Packers are going to face. The Cardinals' defensive line will look like Zaven Collins, Jordan Birch, Calais Campbell, Josh Sweat, Baron Browning. That's their down lineman front there. Not ideal because usually they'd rotate like Josh Sweat, Baron Browning, but because Darius Robinson is out, Josh Sweat will have to play a little bit out of position, and then they'll play the two linebackers, Mac Wilson and ADG. That's what we'll abbreviate it to, ADG behind them. And so you could, if you're able to climb to the second level there, you can really get some room. But you're just gonna have to be careful of Buda Baker. I think that you could see a lot of safety blitzes this game, as well as corner blitzes. They're gonna try and utilize people rushing from the second level of the defense.
So with that, I mean, it's going to be. I mean, who's Johnson going to take? Would you say Dobbs or Golden? Based off of like the trajectory of where this team is, where this
Oh,
team's
he
gone and
won't
where they're
follow.
going.
He won't follow anyone.
He's not going to
If
follow.
he does,
It's just going to be whoever's in his.
if he does follow
section.
someone, that would be surprising to me. I think that they're gonna say, Will you play the left side? Max, you play the right side. Keitrell will follow people in the nickel. That's what I would do.
Dude, I bet Matt LaFleur would love that though.
Yeah, probably. Because then you can get a lot of motion and everything. But I think Will
Yeah.
Johnson would probably be a better matchup against Romeo than he would against Matthew Golden.
I mean, I don't know who on that team is going to guard Matthew Golden. Like legitimately.
They might have to double him.
Given, I mean, given what we saw happen against the Bengals here, and just what seemed to be another step towards asserting his dominance. Like, I mean, you put the ball in Matthew Golden's hands, and
Good
he
things will happen.
makes stuff happen.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's just even getting to the ball, and if they're gonna bring heavy blitzes, I think that Matt LaFleur may have to use that quick passing game again, and if that's the case, Matthew Golden in the Z, man, get him the ball. And I think he'll make those linebackers miss, and I think he'll make those safeties miss too.
Mm-hmm. You'll get the quick game. You'll get them running a lot early to kind of like get the pass rush of the Cardinals on its heels, slow them down a bit. And then what do you think on our defense will do against their offense?
Well, it's really going to be contingent. I think Kyler Murray plays,
Yeah, I think so too.
and we played them last year, right?
2 years ago. Or was it last year?
No, it was last year.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was last
I'm
year.
looking it up.
Because Jeff Halfley played him. We
Oh.
played a lot of mobile quarterbacks last year. And when
Oh yeah, we did. We won 34-13.
it was a pretty good beatdown last year. And that was at Green Bay. This is obviously at Arizona. I think a lot of it's going to be a question of how are these receiver matchups gonna fare against us? Gonna fare
Hmm.
against our secondary?
Well,
They have a really good tight end,
that's contingent
Trey
on
McBride.
if Harrison plays.
If he plays, I'm anticipating he is gonna play, but he has struggled this year with catching the ball.
Yeah,
Like, there's been a lot. I don't know if it's like a head thing or
the
what's going
yips,
on
as
there.
some might say.
Yeah, I mean their offense is ranked 23rd. Kyler Murray, I think he's averaging around 210 yards per game, which isn't a lot exactly.
Not really. No, I forgot about Trey McBride completely too. Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing is Trey McBride because it just seems like coverage wise for that secondary, it has been difficult for us, especially under the underneath stuff.
Hmm.
Because of Kyler Murray's foot injury, I'm not as worried about him being as mobile.
That's what I was gonna say. In in our last meeting in 2024, we held Trey McBride to under 100 yards. We-
We held him to under. Like
yeah.
I never liked that we said under 100. Like oh,
He averaged 12 yards a reception. Not good, but still,
Hmm.
I feel like we have a better defense this week.
Better pass rush
Hmm.
for sure. It's just you're gonna have to protect the underneath. Like I said, the underneath stuff. And Quay Walker was not great in coverage, and
Also, not great, but
yeah, but they're linebackers. You take what you can get.
what's important to note when you mentioned Micah that the referee crew for this game is number one in penalties, number one in penalties per game, number one in penalty yards. So they'll throw the flags.
Which that could help.
That could help Micah. That could help him actually get the calls. He's just been getting like assaulted. So, but I do think even our banged up interior could stand a chance. Like I like the Brinson matchup against the Cardinals interior.
Will Hernandez, he's playing, right? He's not injured,
He
correct?
is playing.
He's playing. Yeah. Will Hernandez has played horribly at guard this year.
Yeah. What is Evan Brown's PFF grades at guard?
So Evan Brown's he's actually he's been really well at pass blocking, run blocking, he's been below average.
Okay.
76 points, 76 pass block grade, ninth overall for guards.
Mm.
50.3 for run blocking. So definitely not a run blocker. Will Hernandez, though, are you ready for this?
Oh, hit me.
His pass block grade 15.0.
Just 15.
Just 15.
Okay.
The PFF grade of 34 this year.
That's
Yeah.
got to be like dead last for guards, right? At the
Yes.
NFL level. Okay. Like Halte Froholt is a good center.
Yeah,
So
he is. Yeah.
he's a good center. We'll give credit where credit's due. But I like should be able to get some things going on against the interior. And then yeah, it just depends if Marvin Harrison plays, but like we got to figure out what we can do to stop the quick game.
I mean, like Zay Jones, I'm not too worried about Zay Jones. I mean, I'm not too worried about Michael Wilson overall. Like, I'm not overly concerned about their wide receiver core.
Mm-hmm. I think probably or Kyler too on 1.5 feet because he's injured. He could get a little uncomfortable in the pocket a little quicker, so he could force some mistakes with the ball or just kind of leave the pocket a little early, right into the hands of Micah Parsons or Rashawn Gary.
Wouldn't mind that at all whatsoever. I mean, yeah. I mean, with that, I mean, who do you think is going to be more? Let's say Harrison plays, and I know we kind of hinted at this, but I kind of feel like Trey McBride is going to be much more of an X factor.
He'll be their X factor.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, I'm not as concerned about our cornerbacks this game because it is a lot more. Right now, it's like nobody has proven to be a wide receiver or an elite wide receiver on that
Mhm.
team. I'm not saying Marvin Harrison Jr. isn't or he can't be. What I'm saying is that he struggled and nobody has proven. And so because you have a lot of guys who are in that like what I would consider as wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 category, I think that fares a bit more favorable for that secondary with us.
Yeah,
What it does
for sure.
what it is gonna come down to, I think is going to be how are you gonna stop Trey McBride?
You probably won't like my answer, but I have one. You
Keyshawn Nixon. With
no.
Keyshawn Nixon on him? No.
Oh, what a show that would be. No, you have X follow him all game, and then you shade Edgerrin Cooper in like a soft zone around him.
Would you have X follow him or Evan Williams? Like Evan Williams is going to be downhill a little bit more.
That is true. X is the better cover guy though.
True.
So you could have Evan Williams follow him.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Evan Williams following him a little bit more. So I
Mhm.
think that's what he's there for. And man, I will say this: PFF loves Evan Williams. I'm not joking you.
We love
PFF
Evan Williams too.
loves Evan
That's fine.
Williams. We love Evan Williams. But PFF, like I have felt like Evan Williams was having a little bit of a rougher year. You know,
Mhm.
like that's how it felt on paper at times. But his coverage grade, 72.2.
Ooh, pretty good.
Yeah. Run defense grade, 80.3.
Mhm. Bullard could do some things too to stop
Dude,
Trey
Bullard's gonna
McBride
hit
too.
him once,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be the AJ Brown thing all over again. Xavier McKinney actually only has a 60.7 coverage grade,
No one's throwing at him enough for him to improve it.
but no one is. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I would really like. I mean, 81 snaps in the box. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I would have Evan Williams shade him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Evan Williams is 6'1", 205.
He's bigger than you
Like-
think he is.
He is bigger than you think he is, and he's a built 205. Like he's sturdy. So I would have Evan Williams shade Trey McBride, and then because I think that's going to help you a lot more. Because then if one or two of like Marvin Harrison Jr. or Zay Flowers, he can help McKinney can help one of those two
Mm-hmm.
on the back end of things. You know.
I totally agree with you.
I think that's the safer bet. And then you can eventually, your linebackers can do what they do best and just zip around
Mhm.
to the ball. And if you're shutting down their run game, which they very much can and should do, given how depleted this
Yeah, they should.
this running back room is, on top of the fact that this Cardinals team is probably just as bad as we are at run blocking. I know it's crazy to say. I mean, they're probably a little bit better, but not by much, like overall. So, I mean, you stop the run game. You have Evan Williams, shade Trey McBride, and then
They're in a dome, right? It's not an open air stadium.
correct, they are in a dome.
Okay, cool. Because it's
Remember
a
they pulled the
425
grass
game
out
in the
and put it back
desert.
in?
Yeah, so would have been a little afraid.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's a 420. Is that really a 425 game?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
If it was a 425 game in the desert, the cramps would have gotten us. If not, they're in a dome, so we should be fine.
Time zone games though can
Yeah.
mess with the Packers.
That's true.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is like that, but for some odd reason, like when we have to go out to the West Coast, it absolutely messes with them. Well, so obviously, like Trey McBride, he's probably going to be the X factor here. I want to talk about our good friend Joe's keys to the game. This is average Joe's 3 keys to the Cardinals. One, first point, be more aggressive in the secondary. If there's no Marvin Harrison Jr., Zay Jones is your deep threat. And even if Marvin Harrison Jr. has played, he has struggled to catch the ball here. Capitalize on that, maybe get an interception, cause some mistakes there. The second point, I titled it for him, Kraft attack. Tucker Kraft has to get more than 2 targets this game, especially with those linebackers. And like we alluded to that earlier in the episode here.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how weak their linebacker core was. I mean, let Kraft cook. Kraft mac and cheese, man. Get him more involved. I think you and I have said this, and I agree with Joe's point here. Your main focus guys should be Golden, Kraft, and Josh Jacobs. But definitely get Kraft involved. And number 3, Packers have to play all 4 quarters. Arizona has played close games here. I think they've lost the last 3 games by a combined 9 points. 9 or 10. It's been pretty close. They lost to Indianapolis by 4. They lost to Tennessee by 1 in the absolute
combined
blunder.
9 points. The last 4 games they've lost by a combined 9 points.
By 9 points. So they've been in it.
Mm-hmm.
They have been in it. So the Packers can't let up at any point at all whatsoever. So play all 4 quarters. Those are Joe's keys to the game.
Do we want to get into your bold predictions?
Let's get into. I'll give me yours.
I was gonna say start with your score because I always lead this off. You start with yours.
I don't want to go with 27 because I feel like it always happens. I feel like we've gotten how many times have we scored 27 points this year? 3 games, 3 out of
It's
or
been most of
4.
our wins.
It's
Yeah, 3
been
of our
every single
wins,
one of our
or
wins.
every single one of our wins, we've scored exactly 27 points.
And I was like, "Oh, man, am I really gonna put 27? Like,
Mm.
am I really gonna put 27?" I'm like, "Well, we're probably gonna not finish 2 drives, and then we'll have to kick 2 field goals." I'm like, "I guarantee we'll get at least 3 touchdowns." So, I'm, like, doing the math in my head, and I'm like, "I
Oh, that
guess it
brings
is.
us
I
to
guess I'm at."
27. Oh, no.
Like, that's at 27, and 'cause Arizona has been in it, and I think the Colts are a good team.
Well, the Colts are great this year, which is surprising.
Yeah, yeah, Danny dropping dimes. Indiana Jones up in there.
Mm.
I think we're better than the Colts. I do think we're a better team than the Colts, and because of that, I think that it's gonna end up being 27-20. I think it'll be I think it's gonna be a lot closer than people think it's gonna be. We win by not 2 scores, only 1 scores, and then people complain, like they normally do.
Yeah. My prediction is a little more bold on our end. I think we score 34 against them again, and they get to 20. Yeah.
Man, we're both calling that 20.
Yeah, I think. Well, I was really tempted to say 34, like to 10, but then I was like, oh, they have played some good games this year. But also, when you think about it too, like they can get a lot out of like the quick game. So,
I do still think we hold them scoreless in the first quarter.
oh yeah, for sure.
I think that is that. I think that trend does continue.
Hmm.
All right, let's go. Who's your one player on offense, one player on defense?
My one player on offense is Christian Watson, goes for 1 touchdown and 75 yards plus in his first game back. And on defense, I believe Brinson keeps stacking success and he gets 2 TFLs and at least 3 pressures.
Dude, if Christian Watson goes off for 1 touchdown and like 75 plus yards, let's be real. If he does that, it's probably on like 2 catches.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like it's probably on it's literally on 2 catches at 2 or 3 catches at the most.
Mm-hmm.
He nails a touchdown in the first game back. I mean, to me, if that does happen, I'm trading. No offense, people, but I'm trading Romeo Dubs tomorrow.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Like that's just the reality of it.
You've done well. Thank you for the memes. Take your Guardian cap
Yeah.
and head on down the road. Oh my god. Unrelated. Quick note that just this funny story. Watching the recent games with my parents, they keep saying that Savion Williams and Romeo Dobbs look like people from Spaceballs with the Guardian caps.
Yo, that's so true. That's funny.
It just takes me out every time. But
that is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
My parents will get that reference too.
Yeah.
So they're probably yeah, I totally get that. Yes, absolutely.
So
Good thing we're not the Raiders, because
Oh,
could
God.
you imagine with the black guard? Then it would be like the spitting image. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Oh,
Like the
God.
Raiders in a Guardian cap, black helmet.
Oh, that's so funny.
Hilarious.
Anyway, who are your 2 players?
Well, I like your. I'm gonna say that I like your Brinson one. I was gonna pick him, but I wanted to let you have him because I knew you're in my mind. I was
such
like,
a
I know,
gentleman.
I know, I knew he was gonna pick him. So I went with. I didn't pick Matthew Golden last week. I picked Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs had his flu game because I believed in him.
Mm-hmm.
I am going with Matthew Golden again this week because if they're going to be playing CB zones, like we talked about,
Yeah.
I think Matt LaFleur is going to have some fun with the motion,
Mm-hmm.
and Romeo Dobbs isn't really a motion guy, whereas Matthew Golden is. So I think Matthew Golden is going to finally get his first touchdown.
Oh, I hope
And
so.
he
That
was
would be quite a sight.
He had he had almost 100, he had over 100 yards.
He had 100
all-purpose
all-purpose
yards last game.
Yeah. He was like 83 receiving yards. 86 receiving yards.
I think he gets over 100 all-purpose yards again. I'm not going to say 100 receiving yard game, but I do think he gets his first touchdown, and he heads again over 100 all-purpose yards. And then for defense, I think Cooper's going to show up today. I think Cooper's going to punch one out.
Pull. Nice job. Love that.
Yeah, I think Cooper's going to get a fumble, and then I think that there's going to be a play where Kyler Murray is going to roll out and he's going to roll out to Gary's side, but Gary's going to be locked up, and Cooper's going to be right there and sack him.
Bang.
Pop him in there. Yeah, I'm even calling the play-by-play right there for it.
And it could be your dagger in the game, as the great Wayne Larrivee says all the time.
That would be an iconic way to end the game right there. I mean, I hope it doesn't end. I hope it doesn't we don't need a dagger. I hope they, take care of business because they definitely need to
It would be a great
keep
if
the
the dagger
momentum.
was in like the second quarter.
Yes.
But
Yeah, if there's gonna be a dagger, let it
be
be in the
early.
second quarter. A very, very early dagger.
Mhm.
That would be awesome. Well, that is all we have for today, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and until next time.
To Packers fans coast to coast, thanks for going beyond the frozen tundra. We appreciate you tuning in, and as always, go Pack Go!